you've ever been in one of our southern states, you may have taken a sightseeing trip just as this family.
They come because they've seen a book, they've seen a documentary, they've seen a magazine article, they see a word that they may have never seen before, Gullah.
People frequently come looking for, they say, well, where do we find the Gullah people?
They are very interested in the history of the Gullah people, but they don't understand that they are not on display.
There isn't anything that's going to jump out at you and say that I'm a Gullah person.
I would say to them that when they do come, be just like the vessels that we often make our sweet tea in. Be open so that you can have the opportunity to truly learn something. Gullah culture developed here in the region that's now the Gullah Geechee Nation, which goes from Jacksonville, North Carolina to Jacksonville, Florida.
The Gullah culture really is comprised of folks that came from Africa to the southeastern coast.
Africans were harbored and then placed onto the different sea islands during what people would call chattel slavery or the transatlantic slave trade. Many of those Africans who were kidnapped and captured and brought over were Igbo, Mandinka, Malinke, Yoruba, Gullah Geechee, Mende, and various other African ethnic groups.
Many of them came from the Gold Coast. Most of them, I understand, that settled in this area came from Sierra Leone and through Charleston and up to the Santee.
So when they were put together in isolation on the sea islands, they had to find a mechanism by which to interact.
Because they were so isolated, and it was only thousands of them, they were able to maintain their African languages. And so therefore, the language developed into what they call Gullah Geechee, and basically it's English and French, because there was a huge French settlement there in the white population, and English. So it's really a combination of three different languages.
And so that developed into the Gullah language. That became a mechanism of our combination of spiritual practices, a combination of foodways, healing practices, and everything. And even this very sound here that we call polyrhythmic hand clap or Sea Islands clap is a result of the combining of the spiritual energies of all of these different Africans. And so that's how Gullah came into being. Our land for us is a family member. When the Civil War began, this whole area was left to Gullah Geechees.
Down on the edge of town is traditionally black property, and it has a history going back to slavery. Today they're divided up into small lots. Over the years, each family has broken down that property they originally had into smaller lots for their own children. Different generations got parts of it.
All the way up there, the next stop there, that's my land. I got 45 acres over there, that's my land. I give my children down who want to live on me, I give them land. I don't sell them land, give them land to the state.
We were isolated on the sea islands because they were considered to be malaria-ridden, and they were considered poor land in some cases and other things like that, that made people who were Anglo not want to live on the islands. But then after many generations, we see the reverse of that, where this is the place that everyone in the world seems to want to live on, or want to come and visit and hang out on the beaches and enjoy the shoreline.
Property taxes are higher now than they used to be because the property values in McClellanville have gone up so much.
A lot of the black people that have been here for generations and generations will be forced out. Either they'll be forced out by someone waving a check at them to buy the property, or either they'll hold on to the land as long as they can until the taxes just kind of drive them off.
I hate to think that they would have to sell their property. It's really sad because I think people have lived here all their lives and don't have very high-paying jobs. They're being forced to pay the high property taxes now.
Gullah Geechee people then get displaced also from these parcels of land that we have been on since the period of our enslavement, through Reconstruction, through Jim Crow, through segregation, when others still didn't want to be here, and we were comfortable because this was the place that we had built, and our blood, sweat, and tears is in it.
Everybody has roots. Their ancestors were uprooted, but the ones that are in this generation have been on that land for 100 or so years, and it's home, it's theirs.
Our culture cannot survive at all without the land. More and more Gullah Geechee families see themselves losing their land, either because they've been threatened off of their land, people have been killed for their land.
You can't take away somebody's roots. In our community, we're surrounded by all our cousins in McClellanville. Everybody's related to one another. And in the black community, it's the same way.
Well, we have enough facts of families that cry because they don't have a place to live in anymore here. And this is where they want to be. The same place where their great-granddaddy, mama, and things like that, they give birth to their whole family. And now many of them are gated out of even going to that same plot of land or even going to visit great-granddaddy mama who is buried somewhere beyond the gate.